Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Geek-Minded Fools. My name's Graham.
And I'm Scott.
This week we are doing part 2 of our commentary on the classic 80s flick Back to the Future.
And interestingly, just to throw people, we've travelled back in time a week, so we're recording this a week before we actually recorded the first part.
If you're listening to this on the day that it came out, yesterday was Back to the Future Day. Yesterday was the 21st of October 2015, which, as we mentioned last episode, was the date that first Doc and then Marty went forward to from 1985, at the end of the first film and during the second film as well. So that's why we're doing this, in case anybody was wondering what the bloody hell's going on. So for those of you playing along at home, we are at 1 hour, 1 minute and 51 seconds, and we are going to begin watching, say the word, now! And we're away. So Marty has just been trying to convince George to ask Lorraine out.
Because they've realised, haven't they, that the fact that his brother is disappearing from the picture is because he's accidentally fallen in front of the car instead of George.
That's right. So therefore Lorraine and George were supposed to have fallen in love by this point. But Lorraine has fallen in love with Marty, her son. And so... oh, and here we go. This is Marty in the suit with his Eddie Van Halen tape in his Walkman. And it isn't a Sony Walkman.
No. A lot of people always think it is. It's not. Yeah. It's an Iowa Walkman and a Iowa JVC camcorder.
Yes.
I love that. That's awesome.
But again, clever use of 80s pop culture that, of course, we all know about, but George wouldn't have done. So
Indeed.
He can call himself whatever he likes. Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
Yeah. He gives it the full-on Leonard Nimoy, doesn't he?
Those boys on those skateboard box things will be coming back a bit later.
Little scooter boxes.
Now again, look, a great look for Crispin Glover there being completely dishevelled.
This is a great bit of comedy as well. Him not being able to open the bottle because obviously in the 80s they're all screw top bottles,
and he has to use the thing on the
bottle opener on the side of the machine, which I love. There is an amazing moment.
Great look for Michael J. Fox there.
Oh, he looks great.
Great 50s look.
And you could, again, as I said on last week's episode, you could carry that look off now, couldn't you, easily?
We say last week's episode, it was about 20 minutes ago.
Let's not ruin the magic.
We're in the DeLorean, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, you are right, indeed. I love this when he does his getting ready to go in sort of thing. He does his hair and tucks his shirt in.
Yes.
It's really beautifully done. And he's got his little book of he's taking notes.
I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
Oh, he is awesome.
The funny thing is, again, an eminently quotable film as well, isn't it? Definitely done some more work to his hair there than actually suggested by just running his fingers through it.
Yeah. But I'm sure he tucks his shirt in and he does a little flip of the hair. I'm sure he does before he goes up to her.
I'm your density.
The greatest chat-up line of all time.
This is a great bit.
He's
it
awesome.
Slides down. Chocolate. Boom. Slurp.
Oh, it's not the hair. It's the collar and the cuff and the wipe of the mouth that he does. That's brilliant. You've got the girls being girls here in the calf.
So here we have a diner full of 25-year-olds dressed as 50s teenagers.
Yeah. Much like you would get in Shoreditch now.
Love it.
Technically hipsters.
Oh dear, but who's this in the background?
Uh-oh.
It's Biff and his crew.
Biff and his henchmen.
It's Biff and Billy fucking
Zane! Billy Zane's character in this is called Stick.
Is he?
Yes, I believe because he has a toothpick.
You have to say.
Would you like a guess at Casey Shemensko's character name?
Glasses.
3D.
3D, there you go, because he's always got the 3D glasses on.
There you go.
Billy Zane was a good looking motherfucker though, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. Right, now pay attention here. Pay attention. I'm gonna blow your mind here.
Great look by Fox over the over the shoulder there. Go on.
No, watch. Just keep watching. Okay. We're gonna see. Right, you see that there? That Sparko punch he just got?
Yeah.
That's Eric Stoltz punching him.
Oh, is it?
Eric Stoltz is in the film. There you go.
Okay. Now, I read that Thomas F. Wilson was getting pissed off because Eric Stoltz was actually getting physically rough with him.
Yeah.
And actually said that had he stayed on the film, he'd have given some back to him.
Yeah, indeed. Big old lad, though, Biff, isn't he? Thomas F. Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, bizarrely, I had that jacket as well.
But here we have, Sir Marty has ripped the orange box off the top of this set of wheels and has therefore created, 20 years before its time, a skateboard. Yeah.
And a lot of
hanging on the back of a truck as he did in the 80s.
A lot of modern day skaters now do cite Back to the Future as being the film that kind of brought skateboarding into
the mainstream.
Into the mainstream.
Ah.
Again, another reason why Fox was ultimately picked for the role, because he was a skater. He was a comfortable skater,
right.
And Stoltz wasn't. And you can see that in some of the scenes that were filmed. And the classic Converse there, which never go out of style. Uh-oh.
Fox. Great jump, look at that.
Awesome. Oh, he's causing havoc. Billy Zane.
Front.
Obviously a much taller stuntman there.
Definitely.
On the front of the car.
And a great shout of, as he runs over the car and they realise what they're about to drive into, they'll go, shit! And hit the manure. Great shot.
But not as great as this next bit with Biff spitting the manure out of his mouth. So he makes it like, oh, that is disgusting, isn't it?
Nice,
and then
cool
the classic
flip up of the skateboard. Yeah,
go.
love it.
In fact, that kid's top is not so dissimilar from the top I'm wearing right now.
That son of a bitch.
Where does it come from?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
I don't know. But I'm gonna find out.
Oh, yeah. She's got a look of someone who means business.
Now, unfortunately, what Doc has been doing is watching the rest of the film,
Yeah.
which obviously contains... Run for it, Marty! It's the Libyans!
I wonder just how many times people have impersonated Christopher Lloyd over the years, just saying, the Libyans!
Marty!
I didn't hear you come in. Fascinating devices. Video unit.
I mean, what a great lab, look.
Yeah.
You know, there's something I haven't told you about the night.
So, of course, this is the garage, which in 1985 is what he lives in.
Yeah, it's where the amp is housed.
Yes, that's right. So this is everything. So again, it's great, very clever references both ways, isn't it? It's I love this.
That's brilliant.
This perfect model.
Excuse the crudeness.
Sorry, I didn't have time to build it to scale or paint it.
Yeah.
Watch there.
Yeah.
There's the tank clock.
That's all the ketchup bottles as well are brilliant.
Excellent. Look.
So their plan is, because they cannot run the car now, or the time travel circuits on plutonium, they're going to try and cause a massive electrical shock, if you like, to power it.
Yes, they need 1.21 gigabytes of electricity,
Yeah.
and the only way that they can replicate that without plutonium is the lightning bolt that they know is coming at 10:04 p.m. on the 12th of October.
Indeed.
Or was it November?
It's November, isn't
November,
it?
12th November. Saturday, 12th November. The night of the fish under the sea
The
dance.
fish under the sea.
It never wears thin, that, does it? Never
It
wears thin.
doesn't ever wear thin. Do you know who turned down the role as Marty McFly?
Turn it. I always thought that Michael J. Fox was the first choice. I didn't realise anybody had turned it down. I always thought they always wanted him, but go on.
Ralph Macchio. The Karate Kid.
God, can you imagine?
That would have been terrible, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine?
That would have been terrible. No, I like Ralph Macchio.
And a
don't
great
get me wrong. Yeah.
by Doc here as the pile of rags catches fire.
He's a living cartoon, isn't he?
He's just
Christopher Lloyd?
brilliant, isn't he?
He's bloody petrifying in Roger Rabbit as well, isn't he? As Judge Doom.
Do you know what? Never seen Roger
Have
Rabbit.
you never seen Roger Rabbit?
No interest in seeing it. It's one of those films that back then just passed me by because I just thought, do you know what? It's the whole mixture of cartoon and live action just annoy me. No, never seen it.
Yes, it is a good film.
Never watched it.
Excuse me.
So he's Lee Thompson has turned up to meet Marty.
To track him down.
Hi, Cal. Marty.
Of course, she calls him Cal because he's got Calvin Klein underwear, isn't
And
he?
he actually calls him Mum.
Yeah.
There was that great scene when he was hanging out the. Oh no, it's yet to come, isn't it? When he's hanging out the laundry with George.
Yes.
And he goes, "Yeah, Dad,
Daddy-o." Yeah.
Look at the Christopher Lloyd. That's,
Yeah.
like, that's a great bit, actually. Just be the fucking careful.
If you'd asked me to be...
And there's the great where they do the lean on the car together, isn't it? When they're just
Yes.
like, holy shit. We look at a great bit of acting by Lloyd in the background. Look, he's well in the background.
Hiding.
But he's just superb.
What about George?
George McFly?
Oh, he's
Oh,
cute and all.
He's...
So obviously, yes.
How do I know so much? I must have seen this. It's years since I've seen this.
Well, this is the
And,
thing. I
and
mean,
yet the lines are still there. The script is like, look at Lloyd. Look, it's just
it's a nonchalant
slumps on the
leaning.
car. It's
Yeah,
like,
just,
oh shit.
just chilling.
And then he just leans against him.
I don't know. You
Just
got
like,
this?
Oh shit.
I mean, we said, didn't we, when we recorded the first half of this commentary, that, you know, obviously in order to do a commentary, you do need to do a certain amount of research.
Yeah, of course,
just
yeah.
to remind yourself. But I didn't do that much research. I did a little tiny bit because this film is so in my psyche and in my brain, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we
Absolutely.
must between us have seen this easily, 50, 60
Oh
times.
god, yes. Yeah.
To fight my entire life.
But here's your daddy-o saying,
Yeah.
In a fight,
Daddy. Oh.
yeah, you go. I wonder where he got his clothes from, though, because, I mean, it's a perfect fit. He can't have got those off Christopher Lloyd, can he?
But no,
with her. Right, okay, so right around 9 o'clock.
I literally to find out some stuff about this, I just googled Back to the Future facts, and it led me to IMDb. But I'd say half of the stuff there I knew anyway.
Yeah, no,
all
indeed.
the Stoltz stuff and that sort of thing. But yeah, it was just a case of just doing a little background. But as you say, we could have watched this cold and chatted non-stop for 2 hours about it.
No, indeed. I remember my mum buying me a beautiful book, very much like the books that you know the books we've got, the Spider-Man books, the big glossy ones, like the making of.
Yeah,
sort of
yes,
thing.
yes,
I remember
yes,
my
yes.
mum buying me a Back
All
to the
down
Future
there,
one,
yes.
and just reading it cover to cover, and relentlessly loving every single thing about Back to the Future. Funnily enough, they
It's
never
funny
really
saying that, isn't it? Read something cover to cover. How else would you read a book other than starting at the front and working towards the back, cover to cover? It's sort of,
even Japanese books you read cover to cover, although they're backwards.
backwards, yes. But it's almost said as if reading something cover to cover means you've read it more thoroughly than normal, and yet there's no real other way. It's funny. It's funny saying. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, but sorry, you were saying.
No, actually, I'm going to correct myself because I did say earlier that Billy Zane's character was called Stick. He's not. He's called Match. Sorry.
Oh,
My
okay.
apologies. My apologies.
Get out.
Sorry, Billy Zane.
Billy fucking
Zane.
You haven't mentioned him lately. I got to say, your love of Billy Zane has kind of been on the wane a bit, somewhat.
You're saying I'm having a Zane Wayne?
Hey,
No.
is it because now he's got a part in Zoolander 2? You feel that your work is done?
I'm leaving him be for now.
Good.
Because
That's
I think
fine.
I don't want to
You
overegg the
weaved
pudding.
your magic.
I've weaved my Zane magic. Yeah, nice suit as well.
Your name is Dean Tavalores.
I'm here to do some magic for you.
Weave your magic.
It's really hard waiting 30 years before I can talk to you about everything that's happened in the past few days. I'm really
There's an interesting little fact for you. In the French translation of this of Back to the Future, Marty's actually referred to as Pierre Cardin instead of Calvin Klein.
Excellent, that's good.
I like that. And there is a fact about.
Do you know what the film Jaws was called in France?
Le Jaws?
No.
Go on.
Les Dents de la Mer, which is the teeth of the sea.
That's fucking awful, isn't
Les
it?
Dents de la Mer.
That is awful. He sounds like a really shit 1950s fucking crooner. Hi, I'm Don Delamere.
Hi, I'm Don Delamere.
You're the teeth of
When
the
the
sea.
shark bites.
Yep, I don't babo. There's a fact that I found out about this. Well, about this and Teen Wolf, which I've been trying to find again to read you the actual fact, but the fact goes something along the lines of Teen Wolf was released after this, wasn't it?
It was, but it was made first, but only released after the success of this.
That's right, and because this was so successful, in, I think it was Brazil, they released Teen Wolf as the boy from the future.
Brilliant.
Because they thought, well, we'll just have to ride off the back of Back to the Future. It's like, it's got nothing to do with time travel, you fucking idiots.
That was a good film. I enjoyed Teen Wolf.
I like Teen Wolf.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Never seen Teen Wolf 2.
Electric
With
Boogaloo.
old Bateman, indeed.
Well, it's the same film, effectively, but with boxing instead of basketball.
Yes.
Teen Wolf has also as well got that great scene right at the very end with the kid on the bleachers that everyone seems to believe has got his cock out.
His cock out, yeah.
And it's obviously not. It is a girl with her jeans just having a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. And here, I think
Berry.
This is one of the best jokes of the whole movie. I think the whole setup behind Marvin Berry and the Starlighters, which will come to fruition a little bit later on.
Now, here we have the Enchantment Under the Sea, we'll give it its proper name, School Dance, populated by 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
All dancing together. Clearly they wanted to get sort of people who could dress that style and dance that style, and that meant they all had to be 30.
Yeah.
So, yes, here we have a school dance populated by no one who's young enough to still be at school.
Also, as well, some of the cars these kids are driving, albeit they're all Oldsmobiles, and obviously they wouldn't have been worth a huge amount, but they do look like very posh cars, don't they?
But then I think the idea is that Doc comes from money, which is why he has the big house. He's able to finance all his experiments, but also he has a posh car. You know, you get the feeling that Doc is worth a few bob. Plus, he has the telly, and obviously tellies were quite hard to come by, being that the Baineses had only just got theirs.
Indeed.
And I'll tell you one thing we haven't mentioned, and we should do, because it's constantly been referenced throughout it, is the Back to the Future theme.
By Alan
Silvestri, which I think, you know, when you think back over classic movie themes, it does kind of get a bit unfairly swept under the carpet, because it is
everyone knows
a superb theme. You know, you could all go and yeah, so hats off, Mr. Silvestri. This was one of your finest moments. I think it's a great theme, very iconic.
You picked up on the fact that Zemeckis and Gale had something to do with Romance in the Stone, yes?
Yes.
Alan Silvestri did the score for that as well.
Okay.
And obviously they wanted to bring him back for this. But
Score!
They're kind of what's the words I'm looking for? They're
go-to guy.
Yeah, Alan Silvestri was their go-to guy, but they're when they briefed him for the score to this, they basically said, do everything you did on Romance in the Stone, but just make it 10 times more epic. Yeah, just make it epic.
Right.
And it is an epic score. I think it's you know, it's a score that says adventure, doesn't it?
Here we go. The look on Michael J. Fox's here when he turns around and Lorraine's taken her jacket off, and
like, oh my god, I've realised my mother is
a
slut.
A very busty outfit she's wearing. It's just these little glances down at her cleavage.
Yeah,
absolutely superb.
I mean, the whole idea of the Back to the Future story did come out off the back of Zemeckis wondering what it would be like to meet his father when he was in high school,
and whether he'd like him or
whether he'd like him. Yeah. That's such a
a
small idea to bring such a grand story from. I think.
No, I think it's.
This is one of those.
It's a great idea. Yeah,
this is the light
look
bulb
on his
moment.
face, the actual look of terror on his face as his mum just tries to kiss him.
Well, hers as well. You know.
Yeah, but she's obviously realising that he's looking like that, and he's thinking, "Hang on, this isn't right."
Yeah.
It's like I'm kissing my brother.
My brother. I guess that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Believe me.
Oh, it makes perfect sense to Marty.
Here we go. Here comes George. Oh no, it's not.
Uh-oh.
Now, I will say that this is probably the
most near the knuckles.
well, the most controversial scene of the film, being in effect what this is a rape.
Yeah.
He is raping. He's about to rape Lorraine in the car when George comes to her rescue, and she is quite clearly in terror when George finally comes, and she's going, "George, please."
Yeah.
You know, she's in peril. And
of course he's drunk, isn't he,
it's
as
a li-
well?
yeah,
And
it's
he's
a
gone
little,
mob-handed with his crew.
I mean, probably not a scene you would get away with in this day and age. It
No.
would be slightly different. It would be very watered down.
And a bit of racism as well.
But
coming
of
up.
course,
It is the 50s.
It is the 50s, and therefore, you know, you can understand that,
I love that.
within a social context.
So within a space of under 2 minutes, you've got rape, racism, and drug use.
Yes.
Because they're all smoking reefer in the back of the car.
Drugs, yeah.
And of
Of
course,
course, Marty's now locked in the trunk, or the boot, as we would say.
yes. Oh, what a
And
nightmare.
here's George. And I love this bit. This
I
is,
do.
you know, the idea of the little guy coming good is such a Hollywood staple.
And this
But
scene...
very rarely done better than this. I think the look on his face when he realises it's Biff.
Yeah. This is the first and only time, I think I've told you this numerous occasions, that I've been to a cinema and saw people, and witnessed people giving a round of applause.
Right.
It was amazing.
How difficult was the rape sticker to get in your Back to the Future sticker collection?
I think that one came just pre-stuck.
You're asking for it. And now you're gonna get it.
So this is a great, great moment.
Absolutely. He'll break his arm. Now, Marvin Berry doing his hand is the worst. Look, that screwdriver not only does nothing to that car, it's not touching hard enough, but didn't come up hard enough to injure his hand at all. Probably the worst piece of acting in the entire film.
Indeed.
Was Marvin Berry opening the boot and hurting his hand. And it properly shoves it down here as well.
Yeah.
Obviously onto something soft, but...
It's a great camera, that is. I love that. That's
The look
almost
on his face,
dreamy.
it turns to, no you don't, sunshine.
Yeah.
The fist clenches, and then a slight confusion from
Great
Biff
punch.
as he goes, hang on, what? Boom!
It's a great, great spin he does.
That is a great moment of cinema. Dress it up however you like.
I will give it a round of applause
will
because
do.
that's what happened the first time I saw
That's
it. It was
superb.
amazing. Well done, George.
And of course, that's what she said throughout the whole film. She wants somebody who will step up and do the right thing and, you know, be gallant.
And he is gallant. And I'm almost welling up a bit,
It's
actually,
great,
at
isn't
how amazingly good.
It is so well done. And look at that.
She's
That's
beautiful.
love.
Oh.
That is somebody falling in love.
Do you know what? I hope my girlfriend looks at me like that. I really do.
Rather than the disgust she normally has on her face.
There's no disgust.
Who is that guy?
That's George McFly.
Flying.
And they'll go rushing over, don't they? Oh, God, she's still going, though.
No.
McFly?
I love the fact there's no need for him to push through those people.
No,
Look, I'm
exactly,
round,
because
I'm going through you.
Exactly. Get out my way.
Another little interesting fact, which
Yoicks.
I've only just learned as well, is that Crispin Glover based his portrayal of George McFly in this on that of Jack Nance in Eraserhead. Which I don't know if you've ever seen Eraserhead.
Many, well, a long time ago, but quite a few times,
So I
yes.
can kind of see it with all the odd mannerisms now and the crazy faces. Oh, this is the final part of their plan, isn't it? Here now that he's trying to ensure that the fish under the sea dance goes ahead correctly without a hitch. So he has to step up and play guitar.
As soon as I see this, it always reminds me of... We're about to see one of the worst effects in cinema history.
With
The
the
hand.
hand, yeah.
The hand is shocking.
Well, it has got two terrible effects in this film. It's the hand and the flames through their legs at the beginning are not great.
Yeah, but the
the
hand
hand
is
is
a
pretty
million
awesome.
times worse. The hand is
Yeah.
just...
Although I do like
And of course,
the,
here's Courtney Gaines
yes.
now dragging Lorraine away. Courtney Gaines from Children of the Corn, and
Yes.
of course The Burbs
Yes.
as well. He was in, wasn't he? Wasn't he in Memphis Belle as well?
Yes, he is in Memphis Belle.
Yeah.
He's brilliant in The Burbs. What's the character's name?
Oh.
Is he Olaf or something like
Something
that?
like that. Yeah.
He's just
With,
a horrible
with his sort
German-
of whiskers. Yeah.
And teeth that put mine to shame.
Yes. You said that.
Yeah, well, I've got a sense of humour in my older age now.
You can laugh about them now.
I can. Well, I have to because you do.
Here we go. Look at that. That's terrible. That's not even close. I mean, the scale's not even right.
No.
Oh, it's just so bad.
But I do like the fact the chords
worst
start
part of
going on.
Amazing
It's
Film.
like, bring.
Yeah, he's ring, ring. And of course, George.
The most amusing
Excuse
bit
me.
is when he pops back up. If you watch,
Yeah,
when he
it's
gets
boom,
better and
he
he's
shoots
like,
up.
like that.
When all they have to do is kiss. As soon
The
as they
kiss.
kiss, they're committed. But he's up and playing straight away, isn't he?
Yeah.
As well, he's
It's this.
ring.
That is run backwards, isn't it?
That
He's sat down,
definitely
isn't
does
he? Yeah.
look like it's backwards.
There we
And they're all
go.
back in the picture. It's all good. Jimmy Olsen's there.
Do you think they weren't allowed to use proper Disney either? Because that's not Mickey Mouse on his shirt. If you look closely,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a really bad version of Mickey Mouse.
Maybe so.
And there we go. And that, sir,
all
is how you
gonna
fall in
turn
love.
out. Indeed.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I can remember, my wife falling in love with me when I punched out her dad that time.
What were they doing in the car park?
Yeah, play some Chuck Berry.
See, now this, I think, as I said earlier, that set up with, Marvin Berry.
Indeed.
This is a great, great joke.
But
So brilliantly thought out.
to me, it's a little bit clunky when it goes, your cousin, Marvin Berry!
Yeah.
And it's like, would you would just say your cousin Marvin?
Yeah.
I know your surname. I know my cousin's called Marvin. You don't need to say Chuck. It could only have been more clunky if he went, hey, Chuck Berry, it's your cousin Marvin.
Marvin Berry!
Marvin Berry! He's enjoying himself. Look, the
He loves
sax
it.
player,
He
he's
loves
well
it.
into it. They're not sure what to do, but they start swinging their pants, all those 30-year-olds.
I love it. Obviously not Michael J. Fox singing
No,
there.
definitely not. I'm amazed that the lyrics of the song are coming up on the subtitles.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Just in case it's like a karaoke.
Yeah.
Go on, Scott.
I couldn't possibly bring myself to
Go,
mouth the words
Johnny,
of,
go.
I mean, we talked earlier about sexual assault, and now a Chuck Berry song. In fact, this film is rife with it, isn't it? But hang on, what was Chuck Berry's thing? His thing was weeing on people, wasn't it?
I thought his was having cameras hidden in these toilets of his house or something.
Yeah, but he
wasn't it?
did like to wee on
was-
women, apparently.
did he?
as well.
Okay.
He also, Chuck Berry had a song called My Ding-a-Ling,
He did indeed.
which I think was about his cock, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. He was obviously a perp, but he was no Jerry Lee Lewis. Here we
No.
go. He's Marvin. Your cousin, Marvin Berry. Clang. Just in case any of you didn't get that. Clang. Marvin Berry. Listen to this.
He's obviously here as well, mimicking numerous guitarists from the 80s as well. Like he does a little bit of Angus from AC/DC.
Yeah, kicks the amp
Kicks the
over,
amp
doesn't he?
over. That's an awesome sound as well. And he does what's referred to as tapping here, which I was just mimicking there for those of you obviously who can't see me, which is all of you.
He really was. I can see you.
A bit of Hendrix there, playing it behind his head.
Yeah. He already did the Pete Townsend, didn't he?
Yes.
Jumping off and doing the legs off the amp.
Yeah. Awesome. I love the fact the drummer keeps going.
And everybody stopped and just watching him. I love the way he hits that, ends on the high note.
Awesome.
Amplifies humming.
And a crowd of people not really knowing what to make of it.
Confused faces amongst all the 30-year-olds
Yeah.
in the audience. Oh, Strickland's not happy.
Strickland
Skinner.
not happy. Yeah,
Skinner's,
Skinner not
Skinner's
happy.
not happy. Sorry, Matt.
Strickland, Matt. Strickland.
Never met the man and I'm apologising to him. Well, that's a theme in my life.
That was very interesting music.
I've never met you, but I'm sorry.
Right, well, good, rain.
See, in Back to the Future 2, they obviously splice all these scenes together, don't they? 'Cause
Yes.
there's a scene that happens concurrently
That's
with,
right.
with this.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah, that's
cleverly
right.
done how
Yeah.
they did that in the sequel.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's for another.
Yeah, but he's sort of dressed as the secret agent, isn't
He
he?
is, he's got
running
the leather
about.
jacket and the hat,
and the
hasn't he?
hat, the trilby.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for all your good advice.
Oh.
Never forget it. Right.
As we draw closer towards the climax of the film,
But
I
then,
feel
But then they had to have one little cheesy bit at the end of this scene when she goes, Marty, such a nice name.
Yeah. I love this. If you guys ever have kids, one of them, when he's 8 years old, accidentally sets fire to the living room rug. Go easy on him. They're like, yeah, sure, okay, we won't question that at all.
Yeah, we aren't looking at you
We're just,
like you're a weird, eh?
anyway, we're just going to pop in there to see Marvin Berry!
And here we are back in the clock tower now.
Another great moment.
We are approaching the denouement
Yeah, the denouement
of the film.
I love the fact he's got all the different watches.
He plays it superbly.
He does.
Absolutely brilliant.
Because that's almost breaking the fourth wall there, where he looks at the... it just looks past the camera, but it's very cleverly done.
The first bit when he does that is when he says, I'm going to send you back to the future, because then he's definitely looking right at the camera.
Yeah.
But then his vision, his eye line tails off to the side, but he's definitely pointing and looking right at the camera.
Yeah.
What?
This could... See the Mickey Mouse on the shirt there? It's not...
I don't know if it's a fake, it's probably just a badly drawn
Yeah.
one, but it's definitely supposed to be Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I don't think that they've changed enough so that you could argue that it's not Mickey
No.
Mouse.
No, indeed.
This is the exact time you left. Let's send you back at exactly the same time.
October 26, 1985 at 1:35.
I paid a one line on the street way over there. That's where you start from. I calculated the precise distance, taking into account the acceleration speed and wind resistance retroactive.
I'm sorry about the silence, listeners, but genuinely, absolutely dragged into the final moments of Back to the Future
great.
because it
Yeah,
is.
sorry,
It's a glorious film.
We should be talking, but we're just watching the bloody film.
We
It's a
are.
classic. Although we probably have spoken more than we normally do in these commentaries.
I think we have.
Normally there's great reams of silence, which is excellent for a podcast.
Oh, it's great for a podcast. It's great.
People sit there just saying, for God's sake, say something. Tell us what you're seeing. So Marty's now back in his 80s attire.
His 80s garb, yeah, and he's toying with the idea of telling
Doc the Libyans.
He wants to tell him.
And of course here he discovers the letter, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's slipped in his pocket. 88 miles an hour.
So it's the lovely moment where he does finally get back to 85 as well. There's the tramp on the bench,
Yes.
isn't there? Which I always loved for some reason.
Oh dear, he's found the letter.
And letters between these two characters as well become kind of a theme, don't they, throughout the
Yes,
trilogy?
indeed.
And only further kind of... I think when they were initially writing this, one of their biggest problems was how they would make this friendship between a 16, 17-year-old and a obviously 50-year-old crazy scientist.
Yeah.
And I think they've pulled it off brilliantly, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliantly.
It is completely believable.
Yeah,
You wouldn't...
You know how much they love each other and
Yeah.
how much they're friends. And
Absolutely.
it is
You
a
know, you
genius.
don't question it. The trouble is, I think back then you probably didn't. It's only now we live in more of a cynical,
Yeah.
pedo-wary
Yeah. No, that's exactly it.
society that we would question it. Back then, you never even thought about it. It was just, a
Yeah.
guy who was mates with an eccentric inventor.
Yeah, yeah.
It was.
And now he's obviously got to get to the top of the clock tower there because a tree has just taken out the cable.
wire out. And so
This is a great moment.
But again, it's one of those sort of great cinematic devices of everything's about to go wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously, the car stalls and this happens and, he drops the thing. And
This is a great moment.
Yeah. Oh!
Him scared of the terror dog.
Yeah.
As I'm
You're
going to
right,
call it.
very Ghostbusters.
The moment where he finally does plug the two bits together and the lightning pulses through them, that was the last sticker that I got for the sticker album.
Did you finish it then?
I did finish it.
Good
yeah.
man.
I wish I still had it. I genuinely do.
I wish you did as well.
Yeah.
I might see if I can get you a completed one off eBay
That
for
would be
Christmas.
lovely. I would love that. I would.
You would love
was
that.
it was one of my most prized possessions was that sticker book. Absolutely loved it.
It's probably worth about 80 quid now.
Well, yeah, probably.
In which case, you're not getting one for
No,
Christmas.
no. So, and that's a fair point.
Yes.
Panini, would it have been who did it? I think it
I'm
was
sure
probably
it would.
Panini.
Pretty much everything was
Or
Panini back then.
Fleer.
I don't
There would
think
have been Fleer.
No, Fleer was cards.
Yeah.
I don't think Merlin was big in
No.
the stickers back then. It was all Panini back in the 80s, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Whether it was me and my football ones or
Oh,
you know,
it was
your
Panini this, Panini that, wasn't it?
blooming Paninis, honestly,
Oh.
you know. Brie and bacon.
I know. Toasted. Avocado in a panini. Oh, fuck off, hipster. Something tells we've gone off topic.
We have slightly. I apologise. But we're enjoying ourselves, and that's the main
That's the
thing.
main thing.
This-
There's a moment that proves that they're great friends, because he sees him off there, doesn't
Yeah.
he? And he gives him a
a wave,
little
a little salute. This film is 1 hour 56 minutes long.
Yeah.
How far into the film do you think it was that he went to the 50s, that he went back in time? Marty went back.
Oh, it's 20 minutes in, isn't it?
It was 30 minutes in. You're half an hour into this film before he even arrives in 1955. That seems crazy, doesn't it?
It does seem crazy, but I mean, for want of sounding really, really cliched.
That's 30 minutes of setup.
Yeah.
But go on.
For want of sounding really, really cliched,
Got him.
when you're talking about a film that is about time travel,
Yes.
the timing in this film is just immaculate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Every
the pacing,
the pacing,
yeah.
the timing, every single scene, every single moment flows correctly into its next
Yep.
moment. Oh, this is
Got
Marty.
a time machine.
Marty realising that he has got more
But
time.
what I don't get is why he only sets it back 11 minutes. Does he set it back from 1:35 to 1:24 or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
10 minutes ought to do it.
Yeah.
But how about giving... There you go, 1:35 to 1:25. How about giving yourself an hour? And therefore actually going back and make sure you've got plenty of time to do it. Why only give yourself 10 minutes?
Well, maybe purely for the fact that, Doc is always banging on about messing up the time. And
Maybe he gives himself 10 minutes so that you could have it where he thinks he's failed to save Doc, but Doc's still alive. Maybe that could happen.
maybe it could. There is a theory. There is a fan theory. I say a fan theory. It's that people have written, that I think Zemeckis and Gale have read, and they quite liked, that the whole film is about the Doc Brown character being suicidal. So
Right.
at the beginning he's trying to kill himself with the car, and it happens to go right. So therefore it does spark all this amazement.
Sorry, trying to kill himself how with the cow? With the car? With the cow?
With the cow.
With the cow?
When they've got the
time
DeLorean
travel?
driving towards them.
Yeah. He actually wants to
He
kill
actually wants
himself.
to kill himself, but because it
But
works.
it works.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't buy that at all.
I don't buy it at all, but it's
nonsense.
It's interesting to know that people come up with all these little theories. Oh God, I love this bit when it rips on his trousers.
Yes, he's lifting his trouser leg
It
up.
makes such a great noise. Oh God, it's just so tense.
This is it. It's
Velcro
like-
shoes though? Did they Velcro in
This-
the 50s?
This is it?
Yeah, he's got Velcro strap shoes. I don't know if
Maybe
they're Velcro.
he's invented them though.
That would be a
an
great
inventor.
thing.
Come on, Marty, you're supposed to be going by now. But also, when Doc sent him off, he said 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if in 4 minutes time before you're supposed to leave, you've got enough time to walk the sufficient distance to a car in order to drive that car and reach a speed of 88 miles an hour. It seems like it's all a bit... And of course this now... oh no.
Bugger, piss, bugger.
And again, I know I'm just splitting hairs, but...
My God, this is a good film. My God, this is
It's
a great
just-
climax.
It's great tension,
It
isn't it?
is, isn't it?
Oh no! It's going out the other end.
See, normally in a film where something like that happened, I would be going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" That's just stupid. But it's not stupid here. It's believable, and it's
Well, because you care.
Yeah.
It's like...
it's that flashbulb moment. Okay, the only way I'm going to do this is to what's that? Oh, death line, zip line. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, zip line.
Zip line.
Now look, see how close that car is
Yeah.
to that now. I mean, it's about to come into the square.
Yeah.
If that car was doing 88 miles an hour,
It would already have hit it.
it would be there now. But
But-
he has time to loop it over. I mean, don't hurry or anything, Doc. It's all right. Take your time.
But we don't care about that because it's just too bloody awesome.
It's too bloody entertaining.
Yeah.
Go on, Doc.
Come on, burn your hands off with that. Awesome. And here we go, the final sticker from the Panini sticker album. Doc making the connection.
Doc, quick! Here's the lightning.
Oh!
Bang!
Boom! And there it is. That one.
That would kill him.
Awesome. He has got rubber gloves on.
Oh, okay. No, they're not.
Oh,
rubber.
they're not rubber. They're more like cardboard gloves.
He's dead. And he's gone.
He does a lovely little kind of
A little jig.
doesn't he?
But then he does that thing again when he turns around and he sort of walks slowly towards camera, almost looking in the camera, and looking quite serious. And I remember the first time I thought, I was like, oh my god, what's happened? But it was just, that's how he is.
That's just Christopher Lloyd being fucking amazing.
Again, the burning...
You see what the name of the movie is there in the background?
The Atomic Kid.
There you go. I like that.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. And the little lament part of the score, which is lovely. And the clock.
Here we go. Oh, this one's got a helicopter.
Well, then we must
be in 1985.
We must have gone back to the future, Graham.
We have.
That's the only way I can explain it.
Here we go.
Is it Crazy Ralph? No, it's not Crazy Ralph. Goddamn crazy drivers.
That bench there said Californian Raisins, and apparently the makers of Californian Raisins paid them.
Yeah.
That is product placement. They paid them to put that on there, but because you only saw half of it because the drunk guy was in front of it with his newspaper on him, they refunded them half the money.
Well, fair play to them. It wouldn't have made me any more likely to
buy California
Raisins.
And he's...
Brett, it was great. Everything looks great.
Well, that's interesting. I've never noticed that before. He just said, all right, red.
Yeah, calls him Red. That's the drunk guy, isn't it? Well, the bum.
But that isn't supposed to be because, of course, the outgoing mayor back in 1955 was called Red. That isn't supposed to be because he'd be way older than that, wouldn't he? The outgoing mayor was called Red. Is that supposed to be?
I think it is supposed to be the mayor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But if he looked quite old back in 1955. That was 30 years ago. He'd be ancient by now. That guy was no more than 50.
Well, the healing properties of alcohol.
This is true. He effectively pickled himself.
And California Raisins.
Yes, it's true.
This is what it is.
Yes.
So we are now back at the
Lone Pine Mall. No longer the Twin Pines Mall because Marty ran over one of the pines.
And we've just seen
killed it.
Just seen Doc.
Very clever.
Just seen Doc getting killed.
Again,
for the
great moment
second
where
time.
Marty's about to scream no, and then the Marty and Ridgie from 1985 did it for him.
Yeah.
And here we go, the misfire.
Into the car. I always remember thinking how amazing it was to see this scene again filmed from a different angle.
Seen from a different perspective, yeah.
Really, really clever bit of filmmaking.
Get down there, great fall down there.
Yeah. And there we go.
Right, take the corner. And then here they go. Now the thing is, the Libyans...
I know what you're going to say here.
Hitting the kiosk. I mean, it isn't like it's a massive stack. I mean, they would both be okay in there and be crawling out. So when they had this moment, the Libyans would just be climbing out of the van, just ready to kill them.
Oh, no.
I can understand if they'd hit it and blown up or something, but...
He's playing possum.
Wait. He's blinking. He's blinking alive.
He's blinking alive.
He's only blinking alive. I figured. What the hell?
Yeah. Damn Skippy.
He is. Again in his old makeup. And his bulletproof vest.
Bulletproof vest?
It was.
How did you know? I knew that just...
All the setups, they all just pay off. It's like dominoes falling, this film, isn't it? It's just one after another. The payoffs are there. Because one big payoff yet to come.
Of course.
When he gets home.
Of course, of course.
Not all that talk about screwing up future events. Space-time continuum.
Well, I figured. What the hell?
What the hell indeed, Doc? And we are home.
No cars on the drive, no clues.
No.
30 years, it's a nice round number.
Which would put him in...
2015.
Indeed.
Yesterday.
Yes.
If you're listening to this on the day it comes out.
Indeed.
Yay!
Oh, watch that re-entry. It's a little bumpy.
You bet.
Very cool look there from Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. This is lovely as well because I love the fact that they don't show it.
But also...
You just see the light, don't you?
But also, you watch this now. There's no way that car's doing 88 miles an hour.
No, definitely not.
That's doing about no more than
About 40 or
45, 50, yeah.
But still, a lovely conceit
but we'll
to
let
not
them have
show
it.
Yeah,
We'll let them have it.
Lovely conceit to not show it.
Yeah.
A really good idea to not do that.
There's
here we are.
The other Huey Lewis song, "Back in Time,"
Back in time.
which will kick on the back of the episode as well. And this is the exact pose he was in before, wasn't he? When
Yeah.
he got woken up by Doc. So was it all a dream?
It seems like it could have
Could
been.
it have been a dream? Is that
Seems
all
like it
we've
could have
been
been.
watching?
So all in all, he spends a week, doesn't he, in 55?
Yes, the 5th to the 12th.
Yeah.
Again, great bit of physical comedy as he comes
Yeah.
back and goes, "What?"
Now that's
And
a nice
suddenly,
looking house.
A beautifully furnished house.
Linda, first of all, I'm not sure.
And his brother and sister,
Somebody named Greg or
Now both.
all suited and booted,
Yeah.
looking very glam.
I don't know. I can't keep up with all of you.
What the hell is...
Jimmy Olsen's off to the Daily Planet.
He is indeed, yeah.
Would you sleep in your clothes again last night?
Yeah, what are you wearing, Dave?
Morning. I always wear a suit.
I always wear a suit to the office. Always wear a suit to the Daily Planet.
And here's the mum and dad. Hey!
Cool as fuck.
Dad, did you hit your head? You guys look great. Mom, you look so thin.
Oh,
George.
hello. He's just goosed her. You notice they've got a canary in the thing as well.
Canary in the coal mine.
Like a jailbird Joey-ish.
Such a sweet girl. Isn't tonight the night of the big day?
What, Ma?
Aren't you going up to the lake tonight? You've been planning it for 2 weeks.
How does she know?
We talked about this, but how can I go to the lake? Car's wrecked.
What?
When the hell did this happen?
This is that's just a great moment.
But what I love about this is now Biff
Yeah.
playing George and being all, oh yeah.
Now, Biff, I want to make sure that we get 2 coats of wax this time, not just one.
Great performance of that.
Second coat now. Now, Biff, don't con me.
Here we go. It's
yeah.
brilliant, complete turnaround. Great performances. Look at that.
Biff, what a character.
It does just show how versatile both actors were, doesn't it? I
Absolutely.
mean, Thomas F. Wilson and Crispin Glover.
Although, it wasn't for him.
We never would have fallen in love.
Aww.
Of course, a switch only really bettered by John Travolta and Nicolas Cage in Face Off.
Well,
Both
it's-
playing both roles.
It is a great movie as well. Maybe one we won't ever do a commentary on.
Let's hope not.
You put your mind to it, you can
And there we go. 30 years later, he has written
He's written the book
the book.
with Michael J. Fox in his radiation suit on the
Yeah.
front. Keys? You got your 4x4. Nice bit of product placement for Toyota. Who also got a mention. They were advertising on the radio when the radio popped on at the very start. It
Oh, were
was
they?
it was the local Toyota dealer, and now he's got his Toyota 4x4. So, I wonder how much Toyota paid for that.
Oh, you were so...
Look, it even says Toyota across the windscreen. Because, of course, all Toyotas write their name across the windscreen.
Of course they do.
I haven't.
You okay? Is everything alright?
Yeah, let's get up the lake.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get boning.
Yeah.
But
damn
wait,
right.
Everything is great.
what's that big flash?
Hang on a second. A flash as well that that causes wind.
What could that be?
Good outfit.
This is an excellent outfit. It's actually superb.
It's just
It never fails to entertain.
never. That is the fashion of 2015, as you well know. It's what you're wearing pretty much now. I mean,
Now as his Mr. Fusion home energy reactor,
Yeah.
because of course we all have those now.
yeah.
Love that sound.
I can pour in the beer in.
What is empty the beer and then throw
and then
the can
like
in?
that, 'cause that's two separate fuel sources. Excellent visor as well
Brilliant.
he's got.
Us in the future. We're going to become assholes.
I love that line.
Jennifer turned out fine.
It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids.
Because they're fucking
And
idiots.
now one of the most iconic lines, probably in movie history.
Yes.
Better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88. Roads?
Where we're going,
we don't need
roads.
roads. It's that pause between need and roads, isn't it? And off it goes into the air, spin it round, back towards the screen, and cue Huey Lewis!
Awesome.
What a great, great film.
Well
Everyone
done.
involved,
Well done.
we salute you.
Well done. Now, when I saw that at cinema, I'm pretty sure that just after that, it came up and said to be continued.
I'm not sure it did on the initial release, because I think this is one of those things where probably in later DVD or the video it would have been, of course, releases. I'm not sure whether, you know, I mean, back then would you immediately think that a film's going to have a sequel, that it's going to
No,
do
I
well?
suppose
Did
not.
they know? It's almost like sort of, you know,
Maybe it's when I finally saw it on VHS, then it said to be continued.
yeah. They probably added it because they.
But
knew
I've not
they-
made that up, have I? That definitely was there, wasn't it?
It definitely did used to be there. Yes, for some reason, yeah, it was put in, and now it's taken back out. Maybe because they know you're buying a DVD, a Blu-ray box set, and therefore you know it was continued, and therefore you don't need to be told about
Oh,
it.
here we go. The VHS release added a to be continued title
There
card
you
at the
go.
end to advertise Back to the Future Part 2.
Yes.
This was not on the original theatrical release, nor is it on the DVD.
There you go.
So
I
that
didn't
answers
think it
that
would be,
question.
because I'm sure, you know, they only decided to do, because of cours 2 and 3 were filmed back to back, weren't they?
Back to the Future to back.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed
yeah.
they were, sir. Yes,
But
indeed they were.
yeah, I'm sure that they, that they didn't, you know, upon the initial release, they wouldn't have thought, right, definite sequel to this. They only, you know, did that retrospectively when it was a massive hit. What did you think of 2 and 3?
I like them.
Yeah,
I prefer 3 to 2,
yeah.
if I'm honest.
2's too complicated. There's so much timey-wimey stuff going on that it just jumps backwards and forwards, and you're kind of going, hang on, what the fuck? And yeah, that kind of just pissed me off a bit, and you know, Biff ending up with Lorraine and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I thought it overcomplicated things.
It's a great story.
Whereas 3 just got back to basics,
Yeah.
which is a good old time travel yarn, and
There's
you
a
know,
lovely-
the whole the Wild West versions of all the characters
yeah.
as well.
There's a
was
lovely
very good.
scene with...
Frank Marshall, second unit director.
there's a lovely scene with Christopher Lloyd when he gets his hat shot off. It's just so brilliantly timed.
Yes.
So he goes like that and grabs the lapel of his... and his hat gets shot and it flies off. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. I think we will eventually do commentaries on 2 and 3.
You can, I don't think I will.
Because I would love to do a commentary on 3 because I just think it's such a gloriously brilliant film.
I do know, honestly, mate, ahead of Back to the Future 2 and 3, there are dozens of films I'd rather do a commentary ahead of those, if I'm absolutely honest with you. But I'll tell you what I will say,
Say it then.
whilst we're still speaking.
Say it.
I don't know whether people really enjoy us doing the commentaries or whether they think, oh, you know, it's just 2 weeks away from our usual brilliance. But if there's any films that anybody who does enjoy our commentaries that people would like us to tackle, do go to our Facebook page and just put something on there. You know, I'll as I usually do, put up a little thing for sort of mentioning what this week's episode is about. If anybody's got any they want to, just reply to that post and just say, you know, how about doing such and such? Because there's a few we've got pegged to do.
We
Some
have.
of the sort of the classic films that we love that we'd like to do. We're obviously not going to do these too often. You know, we like to, you know, do them.
We like to talk nonsense too much, to be honest.
Indeed, we like to do them relatively sparingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's anything you particularly like us to tackle, please do let us know.
Yes, indeed. With that being said, sir,
Yes.
Should we power down the DeLorean?
I think we should. I think you did a very good job there, so well done. That was one of our better ones because there wasn't oodles of silence in there.
Indeed.
And the credits, it's very short credits for a film of this length. The credits nearly done. We're still gassing away.
And I like the fact that they remind us that any similarity to people living now are purely coincidental.
Purely
coincidental.
And there's Elliot and E.T. on the ambling at the end.
Yeah.
Ambling along
past the moon.
Lovely. Right. Anything else you want to add?
We haven't got the time.
Hey. Right, well that's all for this episode. Back to usual stuff next week. So from myself, Graham.
And myself, Scott.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.